This week in Ken's Tech Lab, I've been noticing that I have a lot of resins laying around. And there's one thing in common that all these resins have. There's no color at all. Let's talk about it. This week in Ken's Tech Lab. Stay tuned. Welcome back. So like I was saying, I've noticed that I have a lot of resin pieces, and I'm sure that everybody out there also has a lot of resin pieces, and they sit on a shelf, or you know, you have them, you give them to friends, you have them laying around, you put them in a box, whatever. But I got to thinking, wouldn't these look a lot better with some color on them? Now, I'm not one that have ever tried painting or airbrushing one of these figurines, or even something as simple as this test print from Elegoo. But I said, instead of them sitting around in the lab or on a shelf or in a box, let's try painting them. Let's give them some color, let's give them some life. So together, me and you are going to go through this and learn airbrushing and painting of our resin pieces. So today what we're going to do is unbox a lot of things that I purchased already to go on this endeavor of painting and giving color to resin. So today is just going to be an unboxing. We're going to see what all we have. And then coming up next week or the week after, we're going to start really airbrushing and painting these models and trying to bring them to life. It might be funny, it might be hilarious how they come out, or they could come out really well. We won't know until we try. So let's do that. Let's unbox everything that I have and see what it takes to get into color. Okay, we're going to start out today with this piece called the Master Airbrush, and it's kit SP7B20. And this includes a Cool Runner 2 air compressor and air hose, 3 airbrushes, 2 gravity fed, and 1 siphon feed. And I don't know how any of those work yet, but we will learn together. I've never done airbrushing. I've seen a lot of people do it, but I've never had an airbrush in my hand. So let's open this up. Let's see what we get in the box. All right. We have a Master Airbrush. What is this? It's an instruction airbrush guide. This is going to be important to learn how to airbrush. What else do we got? Instruction manual on how to set up the air tank. Comes with 6 airbrush colors. So this was nice as a full kit, that it gives you a startup, like something to get going with an airbrushing. It gives you a 3 stand. Let me take this out of the wrapper. Here we go. This goes down here, and then the airbrushes can just sit in there. Looks like you could hang it up too and do the same thing. Okay. User guide on how to do colors. This might even have to show you how to blend some colors. Also what's available out there in the market in the different colors. A color mixing wheel. This might be very important if we want to get colors that we don't have by mixing a couple colors together. Our first airbrush. This is a gravity fed model G25. This is a siphon fed airbrush, and this comes with two, it looks like two feeds, the hose and the airbrush itself. This is E91 if anybody's looking to be able to buy this separately, which you can. We get some cleaning little pipe cleaners. Looks like 3 of them, 3 or 4. Okay. Turn this over on its side. We get the hose. This is our third airbrush. This is the G22 model. Looks like this one came out of its area. Let me put this back in. Looks like it comes with the little, looks like an eyedropper. I bought a whole case of those as I was watching some videos on airbrushing. And the actual pump itself. Called Cool Runner Dual Fan Compressor. This comes with the water separator, your pressure adjuster, the motor, and our power. That's a nice little kit. I think it comes with a lot. It wasn't that expensive for everything that you see here. And it's going to take me a little while to wrap my head around just this part of us coloring the models. let's see what we have next. All right, let's see what our next expense is of getting into coloring our resins. So after purchasing the airbrush kit, the next thing that was on my list was somewhere to paint without killing myself and getting paint all over the house. So I had to find and purchase a paint booth, and that's what this is. All this stuff has only been opened now. I have just set the boxes to the side waiting to make this video. And so let's open up the paint booth and see what we got. Now there was a lot of ones to choose from, and most of them are from Master. Some of them had multiple lights, more lights in them. Some had dual fans. One even had a waterfall going down the back of it. That was kind of neat, but I was kind of leery on open water. I have watched the video with that in action though, and it does look pretty cool. All right, let's see what we have here. So this is the spray booth MAS B440DCLK. This is the instructions manual of how to set it up, and we'll set that right there for now. This is the power for the fans and lights. Now this is supposed to be a kit that you can put back together and travel, so we'll see how well that is. Here is the exhaust system, and where I'm going to put this in the house is going to have a window right next to it, so we're going to be able to put the exhaust right out a window out of the basement. So let's take the unit out itself. Get rid of the foam on both sides. Okay, we're going to get rid of the box. Put it down here next to the rest of the new stuff. All right, let's take this out. It looks very compact. I don't see a problem with taking this. If you needed to go to a friend's house or something to paint over there, let's see how hard it is to put it together and take it apart. All right, opening up the instructions. If it's mobile, I can't see that it's that hard to do. I have a parts list, features. It's got embedded LED light, easily deployed and carry around. Workspace could be doubled if assembled 2 of the machines. So I guess you can buy another one of these and put them side by side. Universal adapter for 100 to 240 volts. Low noise while working. Oil-free design for better environment. Okay. So here's the 2 items that they show. This itself. Let me turn it around. Has a carrying handle right here, and the exhaust fan is out back. Okay, we have the power pack, which is separate, since we are going to plug this in. I will undo the power. So it looks like about a 5 foot or 4.5 foot long power for it. All right. So what it says is lay it down, open it up, we're going to put it back on its feet. We're opening this. There's also more parts inside. We have a carousel, not powered, it's manual. It'll help you spin your. These are the lights. Oh, it comes with some of the alligator clips to hold your parts while you spray paint them. That's nice. Okay. Okay, that looks pretty easy. So what these do is right in the back here there's a hole, and then there's another hole right here which they could both go into. On the bottom it flips out again, and this goes into a front hole on this cover, and now you have a complete area with a filter to paint. Okay, that wasn't too hard. Let's see how we put together the rest of it. So let's take the LED tubes out. We don't need those. Here's one. Two, three. So you have two sides and two straights. They both have a plug on them, and the other side has a receptacle on it. Since we have the product completely put together now, let's turn it on for the first time and see if we get it all working. Turn that off to get a little bit more, you can hear me better. So this is one of the cheaper of the paint booths that I found out there, because just getting into this, I don't know if I'm going to like it or if I'm going to actually keep doing it. So I went with the low budget part of getting all this together. So if I don't like it, well, I had to spend thousands of dollars getting into painting. So with that said, let's bring up other things that I've actually purchased for this. Okay, so I've added the what I call miscellaneous to the project of getting the resin painted. Since we're doing with airbrushing, airbrushing is not the only medium that we can use to paint our models, as some of the areas are real fine, real small, and we need to get in there tight. So I bought an inexpensive brush kit. I bought a complete color paint kit. And after watching a few videos, I found this brand is one of the better brands out there for models. And all this is acrylic, so it all is water washable. So the other things I have here these bottles to be able to clean out your airbrushes without having to tip them over. This is the small pack that I found of all these, I call them eyedroppers. So there's about 1,000 here, and this I can bring up paint, put it into the funnel of the airbrush. The rest of this stuff mostly is for cleaning and for taking a thicker paint and watering it down a little bit. So for washing, we have simple green. That is going to be mixed with isopropyl alcohol also, which we also have for our resins anyway, so I didn't bring it up here. Distilled water for our mixing. Not regular water out of the sink, but distilled. And the cheapest thing, coffee stirrers. So we can mix up the paint with the coffee stirrers. And the only other thing that I don't show here is plastic spoons, which would show you the color. After spraying it on the plastic spoon, you can see what the color is really going to look like. If you want to let it dry, you can let it dry. You can see how heavy you're spraying, and see if that's a color that you really were going for when you're doing painting. Everything that I know right now is just by watching other videos on YouTube. We won't know exactly how this is going to work, or if it's going to work the way that I think it's going to, until we do it. So you have to stay tuned to Ken's Tech Lab for other videos. Alright, I figured since we have the paint booth together, let's put together one of the master airbrushes right here. It is made very nice, heavy aluminum. Feels really good in your hand. It's nice and heavy. And let's see how much noise this makes. All right, this is a model MAS-TC 320HB. I don't know how to read these, but I don't think it's not very powerful. So let's turn it on. It went right up to 55 PSI. So what we're going to do, let's see how the okay, it goes up to 55. Let's decrease this. Let's go minus. Let's let out the air. That's 50. Wow, that barely went down at all. What I'm looking for is 20. Okay, we went a little bit too far. That looks good right there. So that's not too loud. It's holding its pressure with me painting or blowing it. So with that going and this going at the same time, I don't think I'll be taking any phone calls with that going. So, just a little warning. Now they do make these, like I said, I spent as little money as I could to get all this together. They make better ones, they make quieter ones, they make ones with more lights, they make ones with variable fans. So there's a whole slew of things that you can get for airbrushing, but this is our first attempt at it, and I wanted to make sure that it was something that I want to do. There was one more thing that I got, well actually two more. So those filters that are inside here, I also got refills, which is a 2 filter set. There's 3 of them, so 4 of them in here, which is a 2-part for the paint. And mixing cups. So, did a lot of research to find out everything that I could possibly need to start this project. I know this is a short video this week, but I just wanted to get this out so I can start preparing to make a place for this, and I couldn't do that without the unboxing side of it, because I wanted to show my audience, all of you guys, opening up and starting this stuff up. Thank you for joining us today here on Ken's Tech Lab. I hope that you liked our show today, showing all the new airbrush painting and be able to get our resins with some color. And that's what this whole show is about today, is putting color to resin instead of them staying at their normal resin colors, whatever color that you paint, that you print with, and maybe bringing them to life. So this is Ken with Ken's Tech Lab. Like always, stay awesome.